Can one of the largest cats in the world take on Africa's deadliest animal? I'm serious, over 85% of humans that encounter a hippo are likely to die from them. One bite, one charge, or even one step could send you to an early grave. But lions are considered one of the deadliest wildcats in the world, with a bite force that could rip a man's leg like it was butter. So who do you think would win? Let me know down below, because after extensive research, I think you'll be surprised. So surprised, in fact, we're jumping right into the fight. The hippo emerges from the water after an extended 12-hour nap, looking hungry and full of energy. However, what it doesn't know is that in the bushes nearby, our lion competitor is feeling the exact same way. Crouching and springing its legs back, it pounces out of the bush, claws out and ready to pierce. The hippo turns suddenly, mouth agape, looking to snap the lion in two before it can even leave a scratch. The world is slowing down. Who will win? Who will win? Yes, who will win? Well, before I get to that, we need to know much more about our fearsome competitors, then we can get right back into the action. The hippo. In one corner, weighing over 4.5 tons, 16.5 feet long, and possessing a bite that makes watermelons look like fruit gushers, it's the hippopotamus. The hippo is the third largest land animal in the world, only behind the elephant and rhino, and we won't even talk about sea creatures. And it uses this weight a lot. Its large barrel-shaped body is the ultimate deterrent against predators, like hyenas, crocodiles, and yes, even lions. You see something like this running at you, you run away. Dominant males will open their mouths, showing off their impressive and terrifying canines to intimidate other male hippos or predators, while also aggressively splashing water and roaring at over 115 decibels. That's the equivalent of standing beside a commercial airliner taking off. You have something the size of a gerbil doing this? No effect. You get something as big as a pickup truck to roar at me, and it's completely different. The funniest fact I found was that hippos are technically good swimmers, but they can't float at all. They have to balance on their feet to keep their head up and can only hold their breath underwater for up to 5 minutes, which I thought would be much higher. I mean, the world record for humans is 24 minutes and 37 seconds. You'd expect an animal that spends 80% of its day in water would have adapted to a higher lung capacity. Fortunately, the hippo isn't facing anything underwater, at least not yet. Let me know down below if you want to see that. So how does our feline competitor stand against this colossal beast? And in this corner, weighing over 500 pounds, 6.5 feet long, and named the king of the jungle, it's the lion. Along with the tiger and jaguar, the lion is one of the biggest and deadliest cats in the world. Dominant males lead a pride of female lionesses and their young, focusing on intimidation and protection as their leader, but not hunting. Instead, small groups of 2 to 3 lionesses are the SEAL Team 6 of the pride, sneaking in and delivering deadly force in an instant. But the dominant male has a heavy burden on its shoulders. Africa is filled with some of the most dangerous animals in the world, and lions need to be alert and ready to strike at any moment. Using their frisbee-sized paws and a bite that has no issue piercing through flesh and bone, this lion knows that no animal would dare fight it. But sometimes it needs to remind them. With a roar that can carry over 5 miles away, dominant males will roar every night to send the message, I'm here, I'm scary, stay away. Which, you know what, has a pretty good track record. I've stayed away from lions. Now, we know much more about our competitors, which means we can finish this fight right here, right now. But maybe also throw in a few more fights to truly crown our winner. Folks, we are right back where we left off. Lion, claws out, those teeth hungry for flesh. The hippo's mouth is massive, its giant canines looking to end this fight in a flash. As time slowly begins again, we are about to see history in the making. The lion is successfully able to pierce the hippo's back, those long claws digging into the hippo's side. As the hippo cries out in pain, the lion uses this opportunity to bite down, but it can't get the angle right. Sliding off the hippo's slippery back, the hippo sees the opportunity to throw the lion off its back as it bounces away, hurt from that hard landing. The lion pushes itself up, dazed from the massive amount of force it took to throw him off. As it looks forward, it sees the hippo rushing towards him, mouth agape, looking to finish this lion in an instant. The lion quickly jumps away, just narrowly avoiding the clamp of the hippo. The lion recenters itself, looking for any opportunity, but this isn't like the first attack. The hippo is alert. It's stamping its feet and roaring loudly, making the lion wince. And it's that split second of hesitation that might spell the end for our lion competitor. The hippo charges again and clamps down on the lion in a single bite. The lion is crushed, and the hippo opens his mouth and lets the lifeless body slump to the floor. Okay, so the hippo may have won this time, but it's not that simple. Remember, this is nature we're talking about, and with that, tons of different variables can come into play. I'm talking speed, strength, group fights, and much more. Why would one single adult lion try to take on one single adult hippo? I mean, a lion can take down a hippo, they just need the right circumstances. So let's get into the lightning rounds and then some more fights. General strength. Remember when I said the hippo is the third largest land animal on Earth? Yeah, it turns out that comes with an immense amount of strength. Being able to live 4.5 tons on those short little legs means that they can crash that weight on predators to great effect. But their real strength is concentrated in their jaw. With a bite force pushing out over 1,800 pounds per square inch, their bite is stronger than all wildcats and even bears. Coupling this with a jaw that can open up to 180 degrees, they can deliver a bite that could snap a human in half like a twig. That is a crazy fact. That's crazy. Our lion here doesn't have a chance when it comes to bite strength, with the hippo outputting over 3 times the force a lion can. But the lion's strength is amplified by their claws and forearms. With the ability to grab prey like zebras, which are more than double their weight, and pull them to the ground with just their forearms, you can see that this wildcat is ripped. Once it's got its claws into you, it's basically game over, except if you're a hippo. In our fight, we saw the hippo fling off the lion from strength alone, and that's very true. With thick and slippery skin, it's very difficult for a lion to hold on, especially when this fully grown adult hippo was throwing around 4.5 tons of energy. Winner, hippo. In this next round, we're diving in to see if a hippo can really charge at a lion and get the upper hand, just like in our battle. Speed. You see this behemoth of a creature. What do you think their comfortable running speed is? 2 miles an hour? Maybe 5? No, see, the hippo can comfortably run at 22 miles per hour. That's almost 4 times faster than a human's average running speed. What's crazy is that they can get to this speed very quickly, despite their large size. It's one of the main deterrents against predators. A loud roar, splashing water, and a quick charge. Although they have a hard time sustaining this speed for long distances, they don't really need to. Once they close the distance, it's over in a single bite. But lions are on a completely different level. Being able to run as fast as 38 miles per hour in short bursts, the lion really is the king of the ambush hunt. Once it's close enough, the lion dives in, sinking its claws and teeth to drag down any and all prey for a swift neck bite and a good night. Good night for the lion, not for the prey. But lions are also extremely agile, able to climb trees in a flash, dive into bushes or harsh terrain, and climb any rocky surface. So could a fully grown hippo charge at a lion and grab him? Well, in any normal conditions, no. The lion would be quicker and more agile, and the hippo would have a hard time keeping up. Only if the lion was stunned or hurt could the hippo get the drop on our lion competitor, something he was lucky to achieve during the first fight. Winner, lion. We're now on to our final lightning round, where we're finding out which one of these animals can truly adapt to their surroundings. And I think you'd be surprised. And you'll actually know, I think you'll definitely be surprised. I know you'll be surprised. Please be surprised, please. Adaptability. Hippos are really strange creatures. The main reason they stay in the water for so long is because the sun is unbearable in Africa and they need a place to cool down. This totally makes sense. However, hippos do eventually need to leave to get food and stretch those stubby little legs, and that's where this red sweat comes from. Originally thought to be blood, hippos are actually secreting an oily red substance that moistens their skin, repels water, and puts on a small layer of sunblock. But the true test of their adaptability actually came from Pablo Escobar. Yes, drug lord Pablo Escobar. Nicknamed cocaine hippos, this is totally true. Pablo Escobar had imported hippos for his own personal zoo in Colombia when several broke out, and they've started to thrive there almost halfway around the world from where they originally started from. Now that's adaptability. Lions, however, have had a very hard time staying adaptable. Hunting lions only have around a 15 to 25% chance of actually succeeding in a hunt. That's essentially a 3 out of 4 chance of failing every single time they see a prey. It's why they rely on nighttime hunts and hunting during storms. These creatures need as much help as possible. Plus, male lions themselves are just sitting and sleeping all day. There's no real adaptability from a cat like this. It's either hope that the female lionesses get a kill or starve. Now that's a king of the jungle right there. So when I asked if 3 lionesses could take down 1 hippo, technically, but that hippo would just have to run away in order to survive, and it would probably survive quite easily. So it looks like the odds are favoring our hippo competitor. Winner, hippo. And with those questions answered and the hippo winning the lightning round, we can get to the true fights of the episode and crown our final winner. Let's jump right to it. 3 lionesses versus 1 hippo. The lionesses have spotted their prey, a lone adult hippo. Hungry and out of options, the lionesses break off instantly. 1 lioness going to the right, 1 going left, and the last charging straight for their prey. By cutting off the hippo's escape routes and cornering it, it's their only chance in taking down such a large and unpredictable prey. The hippo turns and suddenly sees its attackers. It stomps and roars, realizing that deterrence isn't gonna stop these fearsome predators. Responding in kind, the hippo charges at the center lioness, which stops in its tracks. This was not part of the plan. Both flanking lionesses quickly react, sprinting towards the hippo, but it's too late. The hippo is at the center lioness. But this lioness is the strongest and quickest of the trio. There's a reason why she's in the middle. Hopping to the right, she narrowly avoids the hippo's charge and pounces in on a counterattack, gripping and biting onto the hippo's tiny leg. This is the other lioness's cue. They dive in as well, claws sinking into this aggravated giant. The hippo roars and spins around, throwing off the lionesses, all but 1. 1 lioness is able to hang on, blood streaming down the hippo's back as it starts to slow down. The lionesses quickly circle and swipe their claws, pushing the hippo to do something, anything that might lead it to an opening. And there it is. The hippo opens its mouth and spins around, but that blocks its vision from the lioness to the right. The lioness jumps in, sinking claws once again. The hippo roars out of frustration, but it can't escape. Slash after slash, bite after bite. The hippo is worn down until silence and victory. The hippo loses this battle, unfortunately, because lions have a pretty high kill rate if their prey doesn't run away. And because we're doing versus, unfortunately, the hippo has to fight, and it just can't outmatch 3 fearsome and coordinated predators. Winner, lion. In the next round, we're going to even up the numbers again. A bloat of hippos, yeah, it's called a bloat, isn't that kind of crazy? Versus a pride of lions. Can the lions get their claws into the smaller, weaker hippos? Or can the males protect their family? Herd versus pride. The lions spot a group of emerging hippos from a nearby river. Freshly energized and looking for food, the hippos spot the pride of lions looking at them and realize they are going to be in for the fight of their life. But instincts are on their side. Rushing back into the water, the younger, more vulnerable hippos stay away from the shore. But because they can't float and are relatively small, the younger ones must rely on their mothers or stay close to shore, close enough for a lion to attack. The adult lions rush the hippos. What would have been 2 to 3 lionesses hunting has evolved into a mixed group of male and female adult lions. It's less coordinated, but far deadlier. The adult hippos stand and protect the water, stomping and roaring, looking for the chance to charge, and there it is. The hippos see a few lion stragglers in front, and as they rush the group, the larger male hippos surround those lions in a flash. With less coordination and communication from the lions, the hippos are at an advantage and take several lion lives because of it. Seeing the devastation in front of them, the lions stop and reorganize. With barely any damage done to these adult hippos, the lions branch off and look for any stragglers or any chance to get to the beach. Flanking to the right and left, the lions split up, but it's no use. Blocked from the left, right, and center, the hippos slam, bite, and smash these lions away, except one has gotten through. Rushing towards the water, it has its eyes set on a young hippo. It gets in the water and a shadow is cast over it. Yes, it got through the male defense, but how is it gonna stop Mama Hippo? With a brutal crunch heard from the rest of the pride, the lions decide to back off. Another day hungry, another day defeated. For lions to stand a chance against hippos, they need to outnumber and outclass them in agility, coordination, and so much more. You take the same amount for both sides and have hippos on defense, which they would be as herbivores, and the lions don't stand a single chance of getting through. It's why you don't see massive fights like this in the real world. It'd just end in a lion graveyard. Winner, hippo. It's now our final round, and we are switching it up completely. We've had a lot of hypotheticals here in Versus, but this might be one of the weirdest ones. We're seeing which of these animals would be able to take down a human faster. I know, a little bit weird, a little bit kind of... But don't worry, this human was an awful poacher trying to kill them, and all they did was piss off the animals instead. Let's see who would win. Catch the poacher. This poacher has made a huge mistake. It somehow pissed off both the king of the jungle and a 4.5-ton hulking giant. What they thought would be an easy win will now turn into the most terrifying 2 minutes of their lives. The poacher, seeing both animals run towards them, turns and runs through the long grass of the savannah, looking for something, anything to hide in. But they are running out of time. Both animals are much faster and much more aggressive than them. And yet, the poacher is lucky. There's a group of trees and bushes up ahead. Diving in, the poacher moves through the bushes until it can nestle in, but they can hear the animals getting closer. The stomp of a hippo, the puffing of an aggravated lion, putting aside their differences to take down this poacher. Isn't nature beautiful sometimes? The sound disappears as the poacher breathes out a sigh of relief. They go to climb the tree, only to see a paw instead of a branch above them, slowly panning upwards. The poacher sees the lion growling back at them, swiping and grabbing their arm. But the claw was too shallow to allow a steady grip as the poacher slams hard to the ground. The lion slowly climbs down the tree, looking for the perfect opportunity to deal the finishing blow, but it's run out of time. Suddenly, the poacher is lifted into a large, hot, and moist cave. But it's not a cave, it's the hippo's mouth. And with a single crunch, ends it all. Hippos are extremely deadly to humans, and one of the main reasons for that is that they are willing to push their own safety to harm or even kill any trespassing human. Lions are deadly predators, but they need to be in top condition to live. Hippos are just too angry to care. And it's why our hippo takes the victory. Winner, hippo. We now have our victor of this Versus episode, the hippopotamus. It's just hard for the lion to take on such a colossal beast, especially one as territorial and aggressive as the hippo is. It's why the lion sticks to smaller or weaker hippos, or just ignores them altogether. They know that in nature, they just don't stand any chance against it. But maybe I'm wrong. Let me know down in the comments below who you think should have won. Or if you want to see more fights like these, check out our hippo versus rhino or tiger versus lion fight right here, right now on the Versus channel. And don't forget to subscribe.